I think if there's any chart to really effectively paint this picture that Bitcoin is now being held by a different class of people, it would be this one. And speaking of the institutional bid behind Bitcoin, I want to get your thoughts on this chart because it's one that I think you'd retweeted when I posted it. This is the Bitcoin ETF AUM in the US versus spot Bitcoin. So the AUM is in white and spot Bitcoin is in orange, befittingly so. And you could see that during this period where, we marked kind of the Pico cycle top, well, maybe not cycle top, but the Pico local top at $126,000, Bitcoin is drawn down by, I think, 34, 36% peak to trough. The ETF assets are largely flat from the end of September. If anything, they're down about 5 to 7%. And so really this new institutional bid is kind of hanging tight in the face of these OG whales selling. I think if there's any chart to really effectively paint this picture that Bitcoin is now being held by a different class of people, it would be this one. Two completely different worlds here. One trading on margin and selling, when times get tough, and the other who just looks at it as an opportunity to continue scaling in their position, or at the very least, not sell, right? Because they're much more long-term thinkers. Despite that, you see these major institutional allocators buying in size. And so to me, it's really like you have to fight your psychology to not be bearish when the herd is bearish, but looking underneath and seeing all of this data, it's really hard not to be bullish, particularly when you're observing Bitcoin for what it is, which is a macro asset that you want to hold over 5, 10, 15 years.